Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Pokemon White. Last time, we left in Delatown, headed off down Route 13. Got a little beat up by a bunch of water types because I kept insisting on trying to fight them with a rock type, which may not have been the smartest thing I've ever done, but we made it. And today, I am going to arrive to, I'm going to be exploring Lacanosa Town. Have I been calling this Lentimas Town? I think I might have called this Lentimas Town once or twice, which is a town in the next game, but not in this one. There's not much to do in here. If you talk to all the NPCs, you might get a bit of a hint that there is a bit of a dark side to this town, which is at night. And I don't know if I've seen any NPCs who've really mentioned it yet because I haven't truly been paying attention. At night, people in this town tend to go inside because of some big old scary monster that likes to come out at night and like eat people and whatever, you know, as big scary monsters are often known to do. I don't believe I'm playing this at night. If I can find someone who's really gonna, there we go, someone who's really gonna give an in-depth explanation. I'm gonna read this bit out loud, which I don't often do for old NPCs, for any old NPC. There's a great big hole at the back of this town. A long time ago, a huge meteor fell from the sky and made the big hole. A very scary monster was hiding inside the meteor. People say the monster appeared in the village at night, bringing cold wind, and it stole away people and Pokemon. So the villagers built big walls to keep the monster out, and made a rule that no one could go out after dark. Of course, nobody nowadays believes in such things, but you know, even now, the people of this town stay inside after dark. Isn't that strange? I guess old stories and old traditions have some influence on our current life. Indeed. I think, most people, even if they don't want to admit it, have some, like, silly thing that they always do out of just, like, tradition, even though that they know perfectly well rationally that there's no reason to do it. And I say that, and I actually can't think of any good example of things like that I do, although I know that there are things, like, whether or not you're actually superstitious, like, I know that, like, a lot of, athletes, especially, like, baseball players, like to make a point to not step on, like, the lines of the field, like the foul lines on a baseball field or the grid lines on a football field or whatever when they come off the field when their turn on the field is done. Even though, like, it's entirely a silly superstition and there's no real reason to do it, but it's just a thing that people like to do because they like their silly traditions. Anyway. There's the one in Lacanosa down here is a little bit more involved than that. Nobody's in there. Have I seen anybody inside any of the houses so far? Again, if you come back at night, which it currently is not, you will find everybody inside, which I believe is the first time that any Pokemon game, and possibly to this day the only time in any Pokemon game, that there's been like a dynamic reactive time of day system with NPCs. I'm trying to think if, okay, so you're just gonna tell me about the badges. I think it's a little bit late in the game for me to really care about that. I think there was an NPC in Castelia City who did the same thing. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any town or NPCs or anything in any of the future games since then who do something similar, and I can't think of any. Anyway, so we're now on Route 12, and I'm gonna start fighting the trainers in Route 12. Very unlike Route 13, Route 12 is definitely on the short side. This isn't quite a small enough route to fit all on one screen. It's not quite as short as the one route in, like, Gold, Silver, and Crystal right before the Pokemon League, which was, like, 10 tiles long from beginning to end. But, it's definitely, I think Sludge Bomb is the strongest move I have here. It's definitely on the shorter side. So let me deal with this Makuhita. It is currently raining. You're going to Heavy Slam me. Let's see how much damage that does. I know Makuhita's got some decent physical attack for a Pokemon which has yet to evolve, but all the same, it's still yet to evolve, so my fully evolved Excelgor, as paper baggy as it is a little bit stronger than that and able to take that slam without taking too much damage. Alright, so that's going to be it for the Makuhita. We are going to gain a tiny amount of experience points in Tyrogue. Alright, another baby Pokemon. Probably should have seen this coming because Pokemon breeders tend to have baby Pokemon on them. I flinched and couldn't move, that's fine. Speaking of flinching and can't moving, I equipped the, what was it, the Razor Fang? The move the item that will sometimes cause moves to make the opponent flinch. I equipped that to Nightshade here, and I don't think it's gone off once. Which is honestly a little disappointing, but anyway. We can take down that Tyrogue, and what other fighting type baby Pokemon are you going to be throwing out? Railu, alright. I don't know if I've seen one of those yet or not, but we are going to be using a Giga Drain on the Railu here. Once again with pronunciations, I'm fairly sure that the official pronunciation of this is Riolu.
Riolu!
But you know what, I think Railu sounds cooler, so as is often the case with my little mispronunciations, I'm gonna stick with that, because it's a fictional video game. I don't really care that much about pronunciation, and I think it sounds cool, so that's as good a reason as any. Anyway, so you're gonna give me a Citrus Berry. I always feel like I could be using berries a lot more in Pokemon games than I do. And once in a while in the very beginning of a game I will throw like an orange berry on something, but for the most part it's really not something that I use at all, and I feel like I could really make at least the beginnings of games a little bit easier if I were to make use of citrus berries or lum berries or that sort of thing. But who knows, maybe at some point in my life I'll learn to do that. Alright, Tiny Mushroom. You I don't believe are a trainer. You're not like, oh, you are a trainer. I was gonna say, I think that's just a generic NPC sprite, but I guess you are a trainer. Fan of the Beedrill family, are you? Let's see. There's another breeder over here, which suggests to me another set of baby Pokemon. I will deal with that TM53 Energy Ball after this battle. Forgot the poison wasn't very effective on Ghost. Anyway, you said something about like the grasslands and how you like the grasslands. I must agree. I do like open grasslands like this. They're like a half step away from flower fields, which I'm constantly saying how much I like in video games and also in real life for that matter. And I find the general atmosphere that usually comes with them rather pleasant. Let's see. So, TM53 Energy Ball. I don't know if there's anybody on my team who can learn that who I want to learn that. I think Excelgor can learn Energy Ball, but I want to keep Giga Drain. Argo can learn it, not happening. Allison can learn it, already also has Giga Drain, so that's a no, fortunately. I have to say, my team's TM compatibility isn't really all that great. Or maybe saying it's not all that great isn't the right word. It's really more like, my team's TM compatibility isn't something that I really want most of them to have, like... Were you guys watching that? I was running the numbers in my head as that was playing out. So Stone Edge has 80% accuracy. That is a 1 in... Fine. That is a 1 in 5 chance of Stone Edge missing. The odds of Stone Edge missing 4 times in a row, and I know that it's a move that always seems to have worse accuracy than it's labeled as having, but the odds of an 80% accuracy move missing 4 times in a row is 1/5 raised to the 4th power. That is 1 in 625. Let that sink in. 1 in 625. That is a significant... That's only about 10 times more common than finding a shiny Pokemon. Let that sink in. I need to go lie down. I swear to God, if my entire team decides... If this comes down to fighting with Mew... What is going on? I get that. I get a critical hit on Psychic. I get the special defense drop on Psychic, all, like, in a span of, like, 2 minutes. Alright, you're bug ground, which means that Stone Edge is gonna be doing neutral damage. This is better hit. This has got to be the worst, like, 5-minute stretch of Pokemon that I've ever had in my entire life. Alright, Mew. You weren't supposed to ever appear in a battle, but sometimes when life hands you lemons, you just sit there and let life keep just, like, smooshing them right into your eyeballs, and then there's nothing you can do. But I have your HM user, which is a level 100, like, special event Mew, just fix things. Alright, so with all that nonsense finished, we have one more full heal here. If that was like, I don't know, the scope lens or the zoom lens or the wide lens or whatever the lens is that increases your accuracy, I would have laughed. But nevertheless, this is the Village Bridge. I am going to end things off here next time in Pokemon White. Hopefully, my luck will not be a 1 in 625 chance of everything blowing up in my face. My name is Dragonite, and I will see you all later.